Whether you are looking to increase your mobility or you want a recovery workout or just a little bit of movement, this is the workout for you. I am doing today a reformer mobility workout, and it is, for the most part, beginner level, but it is a feel great workout. We're gonna get right into it. And I'm using 2 heavy springs here. I'm gonna come down onto the carriage and we're gonna do a little strength with our mobility for the first exercise. So what I'm gonna do is take a heel and place it on the foot bar right in line with my sit bone. And I'm gonna take my other leg and reach it out over the foot bar long. And I wanna have what we call neutral alignment, which means I have a little space between my lumbar spine and the carriage here. And as I press out, I'm gonna bend my knee in and stretch it up to the ceiling and then come back in. Again, press out and reach up and come back in. Exhale as you press up, so you can get those abs engaged, especially as you're reaching that leg up to the ceiling, and then come back in. Try not to lock your knee on either leg as you do this, and just keep the breath flowing, reaching and coming back in. And I press with my heel to get an increased feeling of stretch on the back of that leg. Now, I'm gonna come in, same leg, I'm just gonna press it up, and now I keep this leg long and reach it right up. So my ultimate goal is to move my leg without moving my pelvis here. So as I press out, I'm really focusing on not letting that pelvis tip back or tip back very much. And then come back in. Now we're gonna go to the other side. Line your foot up on the foot bar on your heel with your sit bone, press out, and then come back in. Reach away and come in. And you're supposed to take that leg right up to the ceiling, stretch it up, and come back in, and do that again. Reach it up, and come back in. Whew! Feel that stretch on the back of the leg. And remember, the ultimate goal is not to tip your pelvis back as you stretch that leg up. And now we're gonna keep the leg straight and lift it. Try to push right through the center of the heel on the foot bar. Pressing up. And a couple more. Press. And up, and up. Now, come on in, and you're gonna go onto the balls of your feet. So right at the end of the ball of the feet, kind of where the toes and the ball of the foot meet, and your feet are gonna be hip distance apart, and lift your heels. From here, press out, and now we're gonna lower and lift the heels. So this is a really good ankle and foot mobility exercise. What I want you to focus on here is trying to keep the weight in the center of the ball of the foot, specifically between the big toe and the second toe there. Especially as you go down, don't let your foot kind of turn to the side. And just keep breathing. Exhale as you lower, inhale as you lift. Just keep that breath flowing here. You can slow it down. And then we're gonna alternate. So one heel will go under, and the other knee is gonna flex and point right up at the ceiling. What you don't wanna do is kind of let your legs start turning in and out, like splaying them in and out. Try to keep them parallel the whole time. Get right into the belly of that calf muscle and under. Again, avoid locking your knee on this and just keep the movement pattern nice and smooth. And one more set. Should feel really good. And then come on in, and you're gonna bend your knees and come all the way home. We're gonna take our straps now, and you're gonna take the straps and place them on your feet, like so. Press into that strap to hold it there, and reach the other one out. And from here, what I wanna do is just bend in, breathe in, and then exhale, press out. So this is really just helping me get used to working with the straps because it's more open chain, meaning they can move around a lot more than the foot bar can. So you gotta get used to stabilizing and making sure the legs move in a nice smooth pattern, not wobbling all over the place. And now you're gonna stretch the legs out. From here, we're just gonna lift them up. As you lift them up, you wanna feel the stretch on the back of the leg, and again, you don't wanna roll the tailbone up. So keep the tailbone down, and then pull back down. Breathe in as the legs go up, exhale, draw them down. What I want you to focus on here is not locking the knees, and actually drawing your pull from the seat here rather than from behind the knees. Breathe in as the legs go up. Exhale as you pull down. Now do the same thing, but turn the legs out. You're gonna find you might have a little bit of a difference in your mobility when your legs are parallel and when they're turned out. We're kind of focusing on that lateral aspect of the hamstring here, the side of it. And 2 more, and 1 more. Now what I want you to do is just lift up, and you're just gonna do a circle here. So breathe in, the legs come up, and then big circle out and around. Just mobilize that hip. So moving the femur bone around in the hip joint. 1 more. Now, what you're going to do is combine 2 of the exercises we did before. You're gonna bend one leg, and the other leg is gonna go straight up to the ceiling. We call this walking on the ceiling. We're just gonna assist that stretch. I'm gonna grab that rope and pull down. So I'm anchoring that side of the sacrum down into the carriage, and then I switch. Breathe in. Exhale, draw down. Release, and press away. And do that again. Breathe in, and exhale, just draw down. Release, and come back through. This should be a really nice stretch on the hamstring. Avoid pulling the leg backward here. What I want to do is kind of pull the rope down to get that increase in stretch. And again, draw down and release. 1 more time on each side. Breathe in. Exhale here and release. Last time. And press. And release. All right, now bend your knees, take the straps off your feet, and then come on up. And we're gonna turn around here. I'm gonna go to just 1 heavy spring. And for this section, we're gonna move our foot bar out of the way here. We're gonna get down. And I'm gonna face this direction. And that was a lot of leg mobilization. Now we're gonna do a little bit of spine mobilization. So I'm gonna cross my legs and make sure there's some room behind me to roll back. Breathe in. I'm going to use the resistance here, the light resistance, and pull against it, sinking back, flexing my spine. And then come back up. Again, exhale, pulling in, rolling back, and then coming back up. Let's do that again here. Breathing in, exhale, roll back, sink down, and come back up. 2 more times. Exhale, pull back, and up. And 1 more time. Exhale, sinking, pulling the abs in, flexing that spine, and coming up. Now from there, I'm gonna take the straps and I'm gonna move them up to my elbows. And I'm gonna open the arms out to the side here. So just reach the elbows out to the side. This is a really good stretch for the front of the shoulders because you're engaging the back of the shoulder and moving back. But we're gonna add to this. So as you open, you're gonna extend your spine there. Good stretch. And then come forward. Do that again. Breathe in. And exhale forward. And again, open breathing in. And exhale forward. Now watch your head. Don't let your head crank back. Kind of think of lifting the head up and away. So you're not just using your neck to do this movement. You're actually bringing your shoulder blades closer together, letting your sternum lift toward the ceiling. 1 more time. Reach. And back to the center. Okay, from there, we're gonna go really light here. So I'm gonna take it to, you can go either just a light spring, or if you've got a very light spring, you can put the very light spring on, and you can just fold your legs in front of you. We're gonna do a little rotation here. So you're gonna lift up, reach back, and come all the way back around. So big circle, breathing in, and around. Circle the arm, circle the spine, and do that again. Breathe in, reach back, and around. 1 more time. Reach up and back. Stretch into that bend. Really push your hand against it to help you get that nice range of motion here. Let's do that on the other side. Reach up, rotate back, and down. So big circle. Let your ribcage turn, and come back and do that again. Reaching up and back, and around. 1 more time. All the way up and around, and come back through. Now from there, I'm gonna turn to the side here, and I'm gonna go into just a side bend stretch. So I'm gonna go just to a heavy spring, and I'm gonna hold the front strap here, like so, and I'm just gonna press up, and as I press up, I'm flexing over. So I'm using my other hand, just kind of supporting it on the carriage. I'm pressing away as far as I can. Keep it light. It's not about a shoulder press overhead, but you do want to use that resistance a little bit there to help you go a little further. 3 more. Press and come back. 2 more. Press and come back. And 1 more time. Just push right over there. Stretch and come back. All right, let's do that same thing on the other side here. So we're gonna turn around, grab your strap, hang on to it, and just push it overhead and come back. So instead of just going over to the side, think of kind of going up and over. So lifting up, almost pressing your hand to the corner of the ceiling there, right up and coming back. And 2 more, press over and back. And 1 more time, reach right over and come back. Now, turn around to the front, and we're gonna do an exercise called the offering. So you grab the straps in your hands with your palms up. You're gonna reach forward and you're gonna open them out, but we're gonna add to this. As you open them out, you're gonna actually let your spine extend. Then when you come forward, you're gonna flex the spine, and then as you draw the elbows back behind you, come back to neutral. So exhale, press forward, flex the spine. Inhale, open the arms and get a good stretch there. It should feel really good. Come back to the front and back in. So you just wanna feel a little bit of resistance here. If it feels too strong, change it to a lighter spring. This is mobility here, so we wanna get that good stretch. On this one, focus on bringing the shoulder blades forward, so really pushing into those straps. Now, slowly let those shoulder blades come back toward each other and kiss each other and back to the front, and then come tall. 1 more time. Reach forward, open up, extend back, come back to the front, and then release down. Whew, feels good. All right, so we're gonna put those away, the straps away. We're gonna bring our foot bar back up now. And next, we're gonna you can keep just that 1 spring on there. What I want you to do is kneel on the carriage here. You can change that spring if you need a little bit more, but I like to feel the stretch here, so I use a lighter spring. It's a modification of our down stretch. So what I'm gonna do is start to lengthen my spine, push my legs back, and sink my hips, opening up the chest. And then I'm just gonna reverse that and pull back in. So try to articulate the spine first. Then push through the legs. Let the hips lower, abs are still connected, shoulders are back, and just get that nice stretch, and then return back to the start. Let's do it again. Lengthen, and just press back, and come in, and release. Last time. Lengthen, and stretch back, and come in, and release. Now come off to the side. What I want you to do is put just 1 spring, a heavy spring on, whatever side you're gonna be standing on. You're gonna be standing on the floor facing the side. We're gonna take 1 foot and place it right here against the shoulder rest, toes up. Your other foot's on the floor. You're gonna bend, you're gonna use your hand against the foot bar in the carriage and just give a little bit of an inner thigh stretch there. Hamstrings are hitting too, and back up. Sink down, and press out, and come forward and up. And again, sink down, and just press away there. Feel that really nice stretch, and come forward and up. That's something I could do all day long. Now turn to the front, and just do a thigh stretch from the floor. So this is a really nice one for the hip flexor. If you let your hips sink, keep your abs in tight, and when you come forward, instead of coming up, you just bring that hip straight forward, and then come up at the end. So sink down, exhale to press back. Inhale, bend your front knee and just glide forward as far as you can before you absolutely have to come up. Last time, down and back, coming forward and up. All right, we're gonna move to the other side, and I'm gonna make someone really upset here. Scoot him out of the way. So just turn out here, and we're gonna bend and press. Just get that good stretch. And what I'm gonna do is just bring my spring over to the same side I'm working on. It just helps the carriage move more smoothly, guys. Sink down, legs are turned out, and get that nice adductor stretch. Press out, bend, and come in. As much as possible, keep the spine nice and long throughout that whole process. Pressing out, coming in and up. Let's do 1 more here. Sink, and press out, and forward, and up. Now just turn to the front. And what I'm gonna do is my single thigh stretch here. So I sink down first, and I press back. I come forward, and I rise back up. Let's do that again. Sink, and press back, forward and up. And one more. Press back. Get that good stretch coming forward and finish at the top. Thank you so much for joining me, everyone. If you enjoyed this workout, please be sure to hit the like button below. And if you like my content, please subscribe to the channel. We'll be posting a new workout every week, so I look forward to seeing you again. Thanks for joining me. Hope you feel nice and stretched out. Bye.